And she goes, no. You know, I don't understand that Zulu, that woof woof. Do you expect us to let racist in peace? Should we just
balls?
Hello, Sunny Bonani, and hey, it's your girl Bissy here, and today I'm joined by
Valiente from the Nation on Instagram.
Yes, I will link her. I will link her Instagram down below, and you guys can follow her for some fashion, inspiration, tips, you know, vintage things, throwback, etc, etc. Anyway, but today it's a very serious day. Solemn, no smiles. Don't smile for racism. Because today we're going to be talking about the racist incident that allegedly happened at Westfield Girls High School, which is our alma mater. We're all girls, basically. Okay, but before we get into it, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, give Mbali a young follow, and a comment down below on your scarring racist or racial experiences.
Encounter.
Yeah, at school.
At school.
Especially as a black person.
With teachers and the rules at your school.
Yeah. Coolio. So without further ado, let's get into it.
The tea is...
So last week at Westfield Girls High School, a teacher, an English teacher,
a former student at Westfield Girls, by the way.
yes,
Who we know, who we saw in the premises as a scholar. So this is not someone who was born in the 1950s
yeah, this is someone,
50s or 80s.
no, this is someone who's
grew up
26.
under apartheid regime.
Yeah, she's 26. She's only 2 years older than us. This teacher, she's an English teacher now at Westfield. No longer. Okay, but she allegedly had an outburst in front of the class. She was talking about the set book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and then somehow transitioned to the farm murderings, aka white genocide, and basically went on a rant about the EFF and also used the K word. So for those that don't know the K word,
it's derogatory. I'm not gonna mention it because
I don't even really feel comfortable saying
I also
that word
don't feel
either.
comfortable saying it, so I'm not gonna even utter those words into my mouth.
Yeah, so the K word is the South African equivalent to the N word.
The K word is not like the word N where you can say it in a rap song and sing along.
Yeah, we don't.
This word has intention of racially discriminating and insulting you.
Yeah.
So it's more severe. It's harsh. It's really harsh and it hurts because under the apartheid regime, that's what they used to call the black people.
Yeah.
So it has intention to insult and
it's
dehumanize
very,
black people. So
in America, black people have reclaimed the N-word and used it to be like, hey, what's up, mate? We haven't done that. That's how dirty that word is to us.
Scarred.
We don't want to use that.
We
very
are so
nonchalant
scarred.
right? Okay, so she allegedly said these beeps to K-word to these girls in the class, and she didn't stop. Apparently she just continued and went on and on and on. And then basically the girls reported it, and then the HOD came in and spoke to them and told them to like try and move on, blah blah blah. I mean, we'll move on the day that girl, that little girl, because she's a little girl, she's not a woman. The day that little girl ends up behind bars, because we're not here for racists to walk free. I don't want her to pay just a fine and for her to carry on just being this person she is. No. She needs to be in her jail cell right next to Vicky Momberg, and they need to braid each other's hair. That's when I will be able to move on from this.
Yeah, and the worst part is that she's an educator, so she's literally poisoning young people's minds.
Right,
exactly. And people don't understand. Okay, she's a teacher, but it's like she holds such higher ground because as kids, we look up to our teachers. We put them on a pedestal, even though we shouldn't. But it's like, oh, you're a teacher, you have it figured out. Poisonous, you know, like, so people don't understand the impact that a teacher has on a scholar.
Because we spend more time at school than we do at home.
Exactly, and you always think the teacher is right.
Right, exactly.
So to these other kids, they see, oh, Mrs. Whoever is right. Like, you know, and that's the worst part is that it's not even about. It's so deep. And it's such a deep.
And on that note about, you know, indoctrinating and stuff, I remember my history teacher was talking about
Name and shame.
No. But she was talking about apartheid and that. So she was talking and going on about it. And then she sees that, okay, no, we're running out of time in the lesson. So she goes, no, okay, enough about the good old days. Then she moves on. We were like, there were 4 people, okay, not 4 people of color, but 4 black people in our class. And that happened. Literally everyone in the class turned and looked at us like, like, are we gonna say something? And literally we were there like,
yeah.
And we didn't say anything because, you know, this wasn't the first instance a teacher had said something like that or done something like that. So for us, we were just like, wow. And like we just kept it moving.
And the worst part is that since there was 4 of you guys, and like 20 other of them, you already feel outnumbered. So you feel as though if you do speak up, you're gonna be
people won't understand.
People won't understand, but it's like you don't have as much backup, you know.
Yeah.
Because they could easily have taken the teacher's side than
exactly.
the 4 black girls in the class.
And then that day, I wrote on my Facebook, I made a status saying that awkward moment when your teacher refers to apartheid as the good old days. So then this girl who was in my history class comments on the post and says, she was a white girl, so she comments and she says, actually apartheid was the good old days because back then we were able to walk in the streets and feel free and feel safe. And she went on and on. And I was thinking, girl, you were born in 1994, same year as me, so who's we? Who's the we that could walk on the streets feeling free, you know? So that thing that Mbali said of that teachers indoctrinate students and teach them, you know, maybe the wrong thing, that brought out that like racist side of that girl, because if the teacher hadn't said that, we wouldn't even have known that girl feels like that, and she wouldn't even have felt so passionate and felt like she could say that. So a teacher kind of
made that environment comfortable. She invited racism into the discussion, into the room, into the space.
Exactly. And for me, it was just so telling of the type of environment we were in, and it just made that class just
very tense. I can imagine. I think now the time in South Africa, we're at a time where we've actually had enough, guys. We've had enough.
I think it's because I think our generation that didn't go through the harsh like rules and laws of apartheid are kind of like, we're supposed to be free, right? Because we're the born frees, born in 1994, and my blog is titled The Cost of a Born Free, because I feel like people are like, you guys are free, you guys have everything, why do you guys complain? And I'm like, the burden to carry our country forward rests on us. We have a high price to pay. We might not have to die for our freedom, but we do have to struggle to get equality, because it's not enough for it to be in our constitution. Because the lived experience of black people in this country has not really changed that much.
And it's like we can still feel the effects of apartheid.
Yes, exactly.
It didn't just miraculously disappear when Mandela was president.
There wasn't a reset button.
It's still there. Like, it's still there. And you see this by how this teacher, who happens to be, okay, she was born like 2 years before us, prior to us, but she's racist.
Yeah.
She's racist, and it's from her environment. It's from her parents. I don't know much about her upbringing, but it's like her environment is, you know, very racist.
And for me, the scary part is that this girl's father was principal of a school I attended, my primary school. And so I thought he was a lovely man.
So now you
and now I'm questioning every interaction I've had with this girl, because I've interacted with her, and also of her father. And now it's kind of like so weird for me to know that, you know, someone can feel so. I mean, imagine the like. The brave. I mean, a lot of people are racist, but they don't say it. So girls have released a statement, and the principal was just like, they condemn racism, blah 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 blah, all of that stuff. But for me, the thing that bothered me is that they make it seem as if it's an isolated incident, and we have so many stories of
we have
teachers who have said the worst things. And you know what? I know I've had so much happen to me that I haven't reported, because we didn't feel as though we were in an environment where we could even report such things, because the school wasn't. The school was blind to it, because it's like, we don't see race. Like, you know, the only time I ever really like stood up to a teacher was this teacher that I had, who every single time I would open my mouth or whatever, she would literally like just make me feel as if I'm small or I'm worthless or I can't do this and I can't do that. And she would say, like, black students only get into universities because of the quota system and they don't really deserve it. Like other students work so hard just to make it in when black people can just not work hard to get in. And she would say stuff like that, and I would be like, and I would say that is not true. And she would send me to the disciplinarian office every single time after her lesson, and I would be there and I'd be like, listen, this is what happened. I'd tell the story and she'd be like, you know what, you just have to understand this. And I was like, why should I understand? And I would never get in trouble for it, but nothing was ever done to her. The one time I remember she was like, go around and say what your parents do, but if you don't feel comfortable, just say you don't feel comfortable saying it. So everyone went around, and when it came to me, I said I don't feel comfortable saying it. And she's like, you're just looking for attention. Typical, you're always looking for attention. She went on in front of half of the grade. She went on, and people there reported her. I didn't even report her because of how she spoke down to me and how she treated me. She didn't see me as being human at all.
Yeah. But teachers have that power. That's the thing. So that's why a lot of people don't speak up, because they could literally make your school life a misery from grade 8 and up to matric. And it's not like you're gonna move from school to school. Like you can't do that.
You can't do that.
I have a couple of experiences, and one of them that I actually remember now is I used to have this biology teacher who I used to love. And she didn't know that I loved her. Like she would say anything and be like,
yeah, you always used to like you'd always talk about.
Like she used to be like to me, are you sure not pregnant? Like she used to really make assumptions on our sexuality because we were black, because apparently black kids are promiscuous. And I'm like, the white girls are more promiscuous in my time more than the black girls, but why are you racially profiling us? But like, by the age of this you're gonna have 5 or 4 kids, you're gonna be packing at a mall.
So my friend asked a question, she's like, Mrs. da-da-da, I need to when you, and she goes, no, you know, I don't understand that Zulu, that woof woof.
Wow, so basically we're wolves. We're dogs, basically.
Not even
we're animals.
We're dogs. When we speak, she is barking.
Wow.
And I remember people
that
just
is so racist. That's disgusting.
Yeah, actually. People were like, you know, and we were like, wow. And then she also made another comment about, you know, black girls are so loud, you know, and we were like,
that was like a common expression that we heard.
Yeah, and then we were like,
numerous of times.
And then she was like, no, but not you guys, don't worry, and you guys are civilized, you're not like the other cannibals.
Who are you guys?
I remember in geography, I got the highest mark in the class for the exam, for the June exam, and the teacher was like, and the person with the highest mark is, no one will believe this, like, I had to double check so many times, but yeah, it's bussy, like, it's just so unbelievable. Doesn't matter. But
tell me afterwards.
But I mean, stuff like that where it's like, this is so unbelievable. And I mean, I achieved so many things when I was in high school. I was placed in so many things, yet every time I did something, teachers would say, this is so unbelievable. Wow, like no one will believe this. I'm like, how many times do I have to excel in order for you to say that, to see that this isn't just some, you know, luck thing where, you know, it's
magic.
It's actually just who I am. I am excellence. I'm black excellence.
Teacher, we did conversational Afrikaans every Friday, every Friday, and my name was Mbalenhle, but somehow this teacher, my name was Mbadenhle. First of all, Mbalenhle doesn't have
the name thing. Like, it's so
in any language, even in Afrikaans, there's no Mbadenhle. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, can you read? And it's like time and time again, I was like, no, this is my name, this is my name, this is my name. And then eventually I'm like, no, call me Mbali, because I can see that Mbalenhle is not working for you. And usually I don't like people that are not close to me calling me Mbali, because, you know, like, we don't, you know. So, but now I have to make exceptions for you, you know. There's words, because she taught Afrikaans. If I didn't say a particular word in Afrikaans properly, you should correct me.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you're calling my name and I'm correcting it, but you're still not even putting.
Sorry. I can't. Says about how, like, he doesn't understand why black people complain. He's black about racist in white institutions because it's what
mind you, he's the same age as us. He went to our brother's school.
Yeah, he went to us for boys high. So he
said,
so he says, why do we do that? And I was like, excuse me, do you expect us to let racist in peace? Should we just be like, oh yeah, no, they're racist, let's just leave? Where are we gonna go? What school can we go to that's not racist, that can actually give us quality education? Because we know where all the money and all the facilities are.
And
excuse me, and these were former white institutions, but whose money were they built with? Which wealth were they built with? This is South Africa's wealth, and basically, we've said what we said, and I guess we just want Westville Girls High and every other institution to actually do the work, put in the work, because it's not enough to just be like, we're not racist, or we
like the Indian, the colored, mixed race people. You need to include everyone. It has to be inclusive, because right now it's very exclusive to just who it's catering to, the white.
Yeah, and I think that they really do need to do something about, you know, encouraging diversity and teaching people about racism, because it's not enough to just say this is what racism is and look in a dictionary. We know that the definition of racism is racism is a social science thing, and it's structural. It's been studied so much now. There's so much information out there, and I think that the school should really look into it. In and having this discussion with
Thank you, and you know, more discussions need to be had about this.
Yeah.
This
discussion should not end here.
To solve the problem.
Yeah, and
day by day.
And in 2 weeks,
vlog by vlog.
We shouldn't have
Facebook post by Facebook post. Everywhere. Twitter by Twitter. Like
we're wrapping up, buddy. We've been trying to wrap up for the past.
I'm so sorry. I'm just so passionate.
So yes, let's not end the conversation here. You can join us on, you know, Twitter.
Comment.
Comment. Let's hear about your experiences.
Yeah, I would love to hear your experience.
And so don't forget to subscribe, follow her, and keep having these very, very important conversations. Goodbye.
Bye.